Thanks for downloading this episode from Teachers Talk Radio. You can find the full schedule and listen back to all our shows at ttradio.org. This show is brought to you in partnership with John Catt Educational, leading publishers of books, directories, educational guides and magazines aimed at schools in the UK and beyond. Enjoy the podcast.
And good morning, Aziz. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much.
It's really, really lovely to have you here. I'm sure it's a wonderful sunny day there. Can you just tell our listeners where you're based?
Yes. So I'm Aziz Subay. I'm based in Morocco, exactly in the south of Morocco, in a city called Gilbin. So this is where I'm located.
Okay. And I know you're a teacher. You do a lot of other things, which I'm sure we will talk about during the show. Can you just tell us a little bit about your teaching journey, how you started and what you do?
So, well, I started teaching in 2010. Back then, my school was big and full of students from different backgrounds and also teachers from different backgrounds. So this is where I started teaching, and then I moved to where I am now. So I moved to Bilmim. So my school now is a little bit small compared to the first one where I started teaching. So yeah, so basically I'm now teaching I have more than 12 years of classroom experience. And yeah, this is shortly speaking my teaching job.
And what age ranges do you teach?
Well, I teach students. So I taught all types of students. So what we call common core. So they are aged from between 14 years old and 16 years old. And we have also what we call first buck. So 16, 17 years old, and second buck. So common core. So this is their first or maybe their second year in learning English, and then first buck and then second buck.
Okay, so they start learning English quite late, and
yeah, this is like an issue we are having here in the country, but the ministry promised to make this to make or to teach English at an early age.
How do you feel about that? I mean, how do you, as a teacher, manage to make up for that time?
Yes. So when students are not having much exposure to English, so the teacher in the classroom struggle a little bit because of because students face problems in communication, grammar, writing, especially grammar and writing and communication. And other teachers, of course, they use activities to to help students improve their level, like grammar activities, like listening to songs, like participating in extra curriculum activities. But that's not enough because students need more exposure in the classroom, and then because outside they are not going to use English outside. Few students use English outside the classroom with the parents or in other activities.
I know that there are lots of, I mean, Morocco is a pretty popular destination now. The tourism is increasing. So
yes,
there seems to be a need for that.
The Moroccan people, really love learning foreign languages. And, especially English, English now will take the lead in a few years. And I think it will replace French But generally speaking, really, Moroccan people love learning foreign languages: English, Spanish, German, Italian. name it.
So do you think that they have the competence of learning a language? Because a lot of people would already speak two languages.
Yes, that's really funny in a way because sometimes you see people study the language, read books, you know, and master the grammar, but but they are not really competent speakers, and some people just get immersed in the language, surround themselves by friends talking to native speakers, and they are excellent speakers of the language.
Like yourself.
A little bit, yes.
How do you compensate for that in the classroom? What do you do with your learners and all?
Yes, so we have an English club in the classroom. We also we have participated in the International School Award, which was, it's a program launched by the British Council, where we collaborate with other schools from different parts of the world, working on different projects related to culture, related to food, clothes, etc. As I said, we also have an English club in the classroom, in the school, sorry, and the purpose or the objective of the English club is to, make students feel relaxed a little bit, because in the classroom we tend to be a little bit tense, and classroom discipline, classroom management, etc. But the English club is an opportunity for students to to relax and to unleash their potential and their creativity. That doesn't mean that in the classroom they cannot do that, but they feel more relaxed in English club.
Fantastic. And how often does the English club operate?
Yes, so so per month, so like 5 times or we can have 5 activities per month. So it depends on the curriculum. It depends on students' time. Some students, have exams. That's why we work with the Common Core students, the students who have their second year of exposure in English. This type of students don't have an exam, a national exam. And we work with the other types of students too, but they are more like hectic with their preparation for the exam.
Wow. What are your top teaching tools in the classroom? What would be sort of the 5 things that you rely on to ensure lessons go well?
Yes, I am really a huge fan of technology, and I use Edmodo. I use it to be an Edmodo trainer. So I love this application a lot, and sometimes I use it in the classroom with some students. For example, I ask them to upload the application, you know, for projects outside the classroom or for homework. So I also use portfolios. So I ask students to design their portfolios, and a portfolio is really my favorite tool, because I discovered some very, very interesting facts about students' creativity, about their skills in different areas, and also it's also an opportunity for me to track their progress. I always tell them that there is a difference between a copybook and a portfolio. So feel free to express yourself, etc. And of course, there are other tools like I try also to use posters, uh, dictionaries in the classroom, because I tend not to explain the vocabulary. I just give them in a reading activity. I give them the dictionary to do it themselves.
And
Yeah.
so, and you teach them the dictionary skills as well, I assume, how to.
Yes, it's challenging sometimes because it takes so much time for some students to search for one vocabulary. But I think if this practice is repeated over and over again, it becomes easy, and it also makes learning makes learning enjoyable and stick
What
in their
about
minds.
what about online dictionaries? Would it be possible for them to have a dictionary on their telephone and use it in the classroom, or is that not an option?
So we don't really favor online dictionaries, but we encourage them to use actual dictionaries, because online dictionaries, they might distract them. They might look for something else, maybe play video games.
Check a message, or send a message to their girlfriend. Okay. Yeah, no, I think I noticed my son, he was in a very digital classroom, and when he had these huge Greek and Latin dictionaries that were really heavy. And they eventually allowed them to actually use the online version of the dictionary, but it was within an application in the classroom, which meant they couldn't go into other parts of their devices. They had everything on iPads. So yeah, no, it's I think it's a really important skill for learners to have, is to actually know how to use a dictionary and interpret.
Yes, it's a very important skill. Yes, especially in reading.
Definitely, yeah. Well, definitely. Any other tools that really help with your teaching?
Yes, I sometimes also, but not something regular. I use like PowerPoint slides. Yes, for example, for example, if I wanted to present a new unit, or explain certain difficult concepts, I use this. But we most of the time use the tools I told you about.
What's it like to teach Moroccan students in general? What are their strengths?
Yes, well, generally speaking, students love learning languages, but there are different types of students. Some students learn the language autonomously, and these type of students are very excellent in the classroom. And others, the only exposure to English is in the classroom. Outside the classroom, they don't watch movies, they don't listen to music, they don't also do their homework. So in the classroom, it's difficult for the teacher uh, to, to to really teach them, because they lack so many skills in especially in grammar, writing, and communication. But generally speaking, students are very willing to learn, and they are passionate about uh, English, and they love English a lot.
That's very nice to know.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Oops. Okay. Could you talk us, what areas do you think that they need more support in? As you said, they need help with writing in particular. What kind of things do you do with them to reinforce that?
Yes, that writing is a productive skill. It's not like teaching grammar. You teach the structure, you practice the structure, then you produce the structure.
Mm.
So writing is a process. So and I love writing a lot, and I know that to be a good writer, you have to write. Simply speaking,
Mm.
you have to write, and also writing is also related to reading because you cannot write from an empty mind. You should read. That's why I encourage learners to read a lot, to read. And we also had I forgot to mention this at the beginning. We started a reading club.
Mm.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 years ago. And what we do is that just I give just stories to learners, students, to ask them to read them and summarize them.
Mm.
Some of them they just summarize without reading. Some of them they read the stories and write a short reaction about them. So this will help them gain new vocabulary, new expressions, and also will help their writing skills uh, to be better.
Definitely. I mean, yes, reading is important for and also just for vocabulary development and noticing structures. It's fundamental. You work a lot with teachers and teacher training. What advice would you give to teachers starting out with students?
Well, yeah, I work a lot with teachers, but I am not really an expert. I learn a lot from teachers, honestly speaking. I feel like I I really need a lot to learn because teachers are unique. They have different approaches. So I all the time learn
Mm.
from also from students and from teachers, from teacher trainers. But I think my the only advice that I can give to anyone starting in this profession is to be modest and to listen to people with or without experience. Just listening is really a powerful skill that we should develop because when we talk uh, and we don't listen a lot, we face problems in communication, we face problems on so many different levels. So listening and being modest because there is a lot to learn. There is a lot to learn. Even if you think you are an expert, you will be shocked someday that you still need a lot to learn.
Yeah, I think I totally agree with you, and I like that advice very much. But I think that we can always learn something. Certainly the pandemic taught us that. We thought we knew
Yes.
what we were doing and then we didn't. But it's, it's, we're always learning something, and in particular from our students. It's really nice. So you do a lot of, you said you're not really a teacher trainer, but I think you probably are. I think you've probably got a lot to offer. What prompted your interest in teacher training?
Well, I have completed some courses online regarding teacher training, and I think uh, it's very important for us uh, to see things from that perspective. So we would like teacher trainers who really understand teachers in the classroom, to help and advise teachers in the classroom. It's it's not like just giving comments or without support and encouragement. So as I said, I'm really aspiring to develop this area a lot, uh, but I also need to develop more experience in the classroom, because to observe another teacher in the classroom, you need to have experience uh, in the classroom, because it's not easy to teacher training is not easy. So,
Yeah. Okay. What we're going to do is we're just going to go and have a quick break for the news, and we'll be back to hear more about your very, very interesting journey. I will see you in just a minute.
okay.
This show is brought to you in partnership with John Catt Educational, a leading publisher of books, directories, educational guides and magazines specifically aimed at forward-thinking schools in the UK and beyond. Have you checked out their latest releases? Don't miss out! Visit johncattbookshop.com to explore their full range of titles and advance your own professional development today. Happy reading!
Okay, and we are back. Thank you for joining me again. I'm so glad you're here. You organized, you have a massive online group. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about it?
Well, so the idea came in 2020. So we really we started this project, the Everyone Academy project, with a teacher in Egypt. So and she's a female teacher, more specifically, because I work a lot with teachers from different parts of the world, and especially primary school teachers and also high school teachers. So we started this idea, and to just to provide resources for teachers, to provide maybe learning solutions, and to to face the issues, the challenges we are facing in the classroom, like challenges in reading, in writing, in communication, in teaching grammar, in lack of interest, demotivated students. So this is basically the concept, and the mission is to, of course, to encourage online collaboration and to among individuals, and to because as I said at the very beginning, we are not experts. We need others all the time. Having conversations with others really help find solutions. And this is not only in teaching, it's in all the other domains. You cannot solve problems individually. That's not possible, because we are unique, and when we involve other people in the conversation, we get new perspectives, we get new ideas. And that's true in the teaching profession.
It's a very sharing and caring environment. And
Yeah.
what countries do you reach? Where are most of your teachers within the group?
Yeah. So teachers come from different cultural backgrounds. So, for example, we have teachers from and scholars from the United States, and we had, for example, 5 sessions and webinars with our friend Stephen Krashen about about reading, about grammar, about language acquisition. We have also sessions from United Kingdom, and not only where native speakers exist, but also we have sessions from Morocco, from Palestine, from Egypt, from Canada. So it's diverse.
Very, very international. I mean, Stephen Krashen is, he he is sort of one of the gurus of English language teaching. How did you manage to meet him? And
Yes, the thing is that before I started the academy, the Everyone Academy, I was a member of so many professional development groups, and I did so many voluntary activities. For example, I write for blogs. I took so many courses. So and so in this way I was trying to make connections and to expand my professional learning network. So one of the network was, for example, was the International Development Institute. I had so many friends there. And I was really a huge fan of Krashen. I read a lot about him, and so he was my friend on Facebook, etc. And I also took some of his courses. One of the courses that he had online. So yeah, so it was just like it was like a part of the network that I had, that I built.
That's amazing. Yeah, no, and he's very, very interesting to listen to, obviously.
Yes, I love listening to him a lot. He's very simple, and he likes to tell things in form of stories. That's why you can't get tired of his talk.
Yeah, it's a series of little anecdotes, isn't it? And it's lovely to listen to. Tell me about some other, what are your favorites? Who are the people that have really impressed you with the webinars that you run?
For example, the guest speakers that we have, each one has, each one is unique in his own way. And really, I enjoyed learning from all of them. Not necessarily the popular ones. There are also teachers who are not popular, but they are really awesome. For example, we had teachers from Morocco and teacher trainers also who are really excellent, and we learned a lot from them.
Yeah. What are some of the topics that have really appealed to you then?
So when we started the academy, me and the teacher from Egypt, we had like objectives. We said that we need to focus on 3 areas: on teaching reading, vocabulary, etc., and teaching writing and technology integration. But when we started, having sessions on reading, we discovered that in reading there are also other areas. There is fluency, there is vocabulary, there is.
It's endless.
Yes, it's endless, and technology integration is really a huge area. So it's limitless. So that's why we try to expand the scope or the reach, or have more webinars on more topics.
Yeah. And how often? I mean, I see you have like webinars 5, 6 a month. Would that be right?
Yes, yeah, we started, for example, 2 years ago, we started with this level, 6, 7 per month.
Mhm.
But now we are moving to creating courses, and we slowed down
Mhm.
the process a little bit. You know, we have designed some courses related to teaching British English. We also are developing a course on teaching young learners, and other courses also about leadership, etc. So, we are starting to make less webinars per month, so 4 or 5.
Wow. It sounds fabulous. And there's no cost for it. You just do it voluntarily. Yeah.
Yes, this is like a voluntary work. We are not a non-profit organization, so we just help teachers get access to information. As I told you, we had 5 sessions with Stephen Krashen, and we provided like more than 2,000 certificates for people.
Wow.
So it was all free.
Mm. No, it's amazing. It's wonderful that
We would like to keep this community growing, because we the only fee that we get from participants only for creating certificates, because there are people who design this and need to be compensated for their time.
Mhm.
But when we started 2 years ago, it was all free,
Okay, that's amazing.
and it is also now it's also free. But just the session.
Very inspiring. Tell me, who are the people that inspire you?
Yes, so a lot of people. Sometimes I get inspired by my colleagues. For example, an experience or a project that they do with their students, or I just can get inspired by listening. Can get inspired by listening to a conversation, or reading a book, or just a quote, or uh, you know, there are so many people we can get inspired from.
Mm.
But my favorite ones, like I like, for example, Denzel Washington. I love him a lot. I love his movies, and also I like Thomas Hardy. I am a huge fan of the Victorian fiction.
Wow.
Yes, and so that's one of the people I like.
Wonderful, wonderful. And so have you got plans for the future? What are your personal goals for the future?
Yes, my personal goal is, first of all, to get a master degree and to finish my PhD in TESOL,
Mhm.
and to really write a lot. I am willing to write like uh, books related to this experience. You know, Classroom that I had, and experience also I had with people online, especially when it comes to technology integration.
You seem to be very, very focused on technology and integration. Is there a particular area of that is your focus, for example, of your master's or your PhD?
Yes, well, uh, as I said, I really love online learning a lot, and I think it has impacted my personal and professional life.
Mm.
Uh, and it is also, I think, online learning or distance learning, or you know, is really helpful for teachers who are seeking professional development opportunities, because now we cannot wait for others uh, to make us improve or to make us develop. There are a lot of opportunities, and especially online.
Yeah.
And as I said, I also like design courses online. Yeah, that's why I mentioned technology integration. And technology helps in this regard, because technology can help you create posters,
Mm.
videos, quizzes, assessments, etc.
Yeah, it definitely, it has changed our lives as well.
Yeah.
Not sure about you, but well, I'm in Italy, and Italy has actually just banned Chat GPT. I'm not sure if you have access to it there or if you've used it.
Wow.
But it was a fantastic tool. You ask a question and it comes up with the answer almost straight away. But in Italy, it's just been banned. I'm not sure. Have you had any experience with it?
Yes, I actually had a friend, a very nice friend from Japan, and she is called Dr. Louis Ohashi, and we had a session with her on this on the impact of artificial intelligence on
Mhm.
learning and teaching languages, and we mentioned this chat GPT,
Mhm.
and it was really something impressive. And I think it's really impressive, but we are not really fully aware of the negative sides of this
Mm.
on our learners, because sometimes, and we should really pay attention to that. Sometimes this application or this artificial intelligence tool provides incorrect and misleading information.
Oh, true, true. I hadn't thought.
Yeah, and I think, but it's an awesome tool that, like the other tools, we should use it carefully.
Yeah. Well, I can't use it where I am, so I hope you get to enjoy it. I'm a bit. It's very, very strange. But there you go. Okay. Something fun about you. Tell us a fun fact about you. Perhaps people wouldn't know.
Okay, so I'm not sure if it will be fun or not, but I I can't sleep in a place where people snore.
Okay. Yes.
I'm not sure if this is funny or not, but
No. I totally understand.
is it funny?
Yes, it is. And it's very, very relatable for many of us, I think. Yeah.
But other people are like, you know,
They don't notice it. Yes, it is interesting. I'm more with you on that one. If you if you were a virtual character, what would you be?
maybe an online translator help people translate from one language to another,
Oh, wonderful.
and
Wonderful.
help spread information.
Okay. Do you have a favorite quote?
Yes, I actually have a lot of quotes, but my favorite one, it's kind of got stuck in my mind. It's by Dr. Phil. It takes a lifetime to build a reputation, and 5 minutes to ruin it.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's hope that doesn't happen.
I also have another one from my favorite actor, Denzel Washington.
Mhm.
Luck is when opportunity meets preparation.
Ah, that's a nice one. I like
The first one was a little bit negative.
Yes.
No, the first one I think it's more relatable, or it is more connected to what people should do in their lives,
Mm.
and etc.
Sometimes things just happen though, don't they?
Yes, accidents happen all the time.
Happen, and it's unfortunate when it does, and it may not be their fault. Do you have a favorite film?
I knew what you don't like the first one. That's why I said this.
It's not up to me. They're your favorite quotes, not mine.
Yeah, it's my favorite quote. Yeah.
Yeah. A favorite film, something that you always go back to.
Yes, I like a lot of films, but my favorite one is The Walking Dead. It's actually not a film; it's a series, an American series.
Wonderful.
It's great.
Wonderful.
It's again negative, no? but I like it.
And do you watch?
It is just the title, but it's very interesting. It's exciting and full of suspense.
Wonderful. Very good. Well, it has been lovely talking to you. Thank you so much for coming onto this show. If teachers want to get in touch and help out, sharing information, webinars, where should they contact you, Aziz?
Yes, there is like an email.
Mm-hmm.
If they access the website, the everyoneacademy.org website, there is an email there. There is also a WhatsApp number.
Mm-hmm.
And we received a lot of requests from people from different parts of the world, asking about the webinars, the program, or certificates, etc. So they can use the email or the WhatsApp number on the website.
Wonderful, thank you. And I would, as someone who's already worked with you, I think it's really, if you have something to share, as you said, it's a fantastic place for people to get in touch and talk with other teachers. I attended one of your webinars last week, and it was excellent. But she'll be coming on my show in a few weeks, so that will be good.
Yes, it's basically a community. As I said, no one is an expert. We are having conversations. We sometimes invite experts, but we develop this habit of listening to people, learning from people, having a conversation in this community. That's all.
It's wonderful. Yeah, thank you. And thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you so much, Jane. Thank you so much for this show, and I wish you all the luck in the world.
Me too. I'll see you soon. Thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye.
You've been listening to Teachers Talk Radio. Tune in live and listen back at ttradio.org. We look forward to hearing from you next time on Teachers Talk Radio.